Hey guys, welcome back to our fourth and final part of our series here on built-in cabinetry. Here I am getting ready to do some paint work finally, and I'm basically adding water to the primer and trying to get it to the correct viscosity where it just kind of slides off that stick in a steady stream, but it isn't too thick for it to go out of my gun. I'm going around first and I'm hitting all the edges, corners, and the inner profile of the shaker. That way I'm not overloading too much paint on at one time, because I find if I do that, it will lead to runs. Once I do that, I go back around the same order, and I'm now spraying the full panel. As you can see with this HPLV gun we have, I'm able to get on a really nice thick coat. It's a gray coat 9.5 Contractor Plus gun. All right guys, just got the first coat of primer on the doors and the shelves. It's gonna need one more coat of primer and 2 more coats of paint, actually 3 more coats of paint. So it's like 11:45 p.m. I'm exhausted, that's enough for tonight. I'm going home. We'll continue in the morning. All right guys, I'm back in the shop. It's a beautiful new day and our primer is good and dry. I was gonna put a second coat on at my arrival, but I'm really satisfied with the coverage of this coat. There's no need for me to put another coat on and waste more time and product. Also, since it's been drying all night, it's really dry. It's bone dry now, so I can go ahead and sand it. So my typical process is I'll prime, and then prime always goes on with a lot of roughness or kind of orange feel to it, no matter how great you spray it. Even with the good coverage I get out of that gun. So it doesn't self-level like the paint or the top coat. So you want to go ahead and sand it before you paint. I could use Festool sandpaper that has the foam back, which is what I usually use for hand painting, or sanding, I'm sorry. But I really like this sander. This is kind of my one-trick pony sander. This is the RTS 400. It's a rectangular shaped. I use 180 grits abrasives. It's the only abrasive I carry for this particular sander. And it's great for getting into like 90-degree areas in your pieces. But I found it's also really great for sanding, because I feel like it doesn't build up as much heat as our traditional ROF sanders do. And sometimes they build up so much heat that it'll actually emulsify the paint, and it'll gum it up and make these really gummy areas that are really difficult, if not impossible, to remove. So this sander tends to not do that. So this is a great sander that I use, not only when I'm just trying to get into a right angle on any piece, but I use it in between coats. So my typical mode of operation is prime with whatever coats of primer I do. I sand it, blow it all off. I'll spray on 2 coats of top coat. And then right before, and I'll do that when it's all hanging vertically so I can spray all sides of the door. And then for the third coat, I found best success bringing it back out, sanding each door down with the RTS 400, and then I'll lay the doors down horizontally like a table, and then I'll just spray the top only, which gives me a really thick, nice dwell coat that really self-levels and gives the best texture and coverage for that final coat. So it usually takes 3 coats total of the top coat to finish the doors. Before I do that final coat, I'll take off these hanging hooks and I'll just sand those quickly and spackle those holes before I do that final coat. And I was really careful to figure out where I wanted to put those. This particular door is going to be up high, so I don't want to put them down here. Even after I fill them, they'll be slightly visible, so why not put that up top where no one will ever see it? If it were a low-hanging door, of course, I would do the inverse, and I would put that down at the bottom. Okay. All right, so that's basically our finishing process. Everything else henceforth on the finishing work, I'm probably just going to do with me just showing you a video of me doing the work. So I'll get started sanding, and you can see how I sand this first door down between the RTS and hand paper, and then I'll just bring in the other doors one by one, get them prepped, and then start spraying top coat. All right guys, so here's some of the paints that we use. My standard top coat that I offer to clients is actually this Infinity. I know a lot of you guys use emerald urethane, but this stuff's better, I'm telling you. There's my sealant that I typically use, and then if clients wanted to upgrade a finish, I would steer them towards the Icro Italian-based paints I get locally at the Hartley Group. It's a 2K paint, and it's water-based, and it does a great job. Now, I would say this, when we're talking about paint work, people underestimate the amount of time it takes in labor to dilute paints, to get them thinned. In this case, I'm gonna be filter them out, so that we get all the globs out. Loading the gun, right? Cleaning the gun parts in between coats. These things take time. And I'm really illustrating that here to show you, like, look, when you're getting cabinet grade work done, it takes a while, So just remember that when you're doing your quoting. All right, guys, we're back from lunch. I'm just filming the results here of this first coat being down. It's always so excited when you get that first layer of top coat on, because finally it's like all your work culminates and you get to feel and see really what it's going to look like. I mean, you can see right here there's a little bit of coverage that we'll continue to get on the doors. We add another coat or two, but finally I'm getting a chance to see that semi-gloss texture and feel, and see all of our caulk work and how it culminated. So it's always good things. It takes a long time to get here, but coming together nicely. So we'll put one more coat on this without sanding it. I'll put my second top coat on, and then when it's dry, I'll take everything into the room, I'll sand it down, blow it off, and then I'll put everything in the horizontal orientation for the final third top coat. All right, so today is, I hope, the final day on this project, and just got here this morning, and I'm taking the hinges and getting them ready. What I'm doing basically is taking off these, they've got these little plastic plugs that I guess if you had, I don't know, those install a different way for doors. I think they pretty much go into like an existing hole that some manufacturers put in the doors because the doors are made of MDF. Like, I don't really know. All I know is these have to come out because the screws that go in them are not self-tapping screws. And so they include self-tapping screws with the hinges, which you have to go through the tedious process of, at least with this brand I get, which is Prevente, or Venti. I get it off Amazon. You have to take all of these off. So I'm gonna go ahead and take all of these off the hinges, and then put the hinges on them. Go ahead and get those mounted in place because it'll make the installation at the client's house a lot easier. Wrap everything up in blankets that needs to get wrapped. Throw in the truck, and then I'm driving an hour and 15 minutes south to South Carolina. Clover, I believe. And we'll get this installation done. So it's going to be a long day, but I think at the end of the day we'll be victorious. We'll have this job behind us and hopefully a happy client. So, see how it goes. All right, everything's done, all wrapped up, nice and neat. And here we are at the client's house. Now, I was talking earlier about that scribe trim. There it is, right? Just some nice little 1/4 inch thick milled prime pine board or poplar. It would do a great job. Love this laser setup I got at Lowe's. The thing is the bomb. Makes putting on little brackets like this easy. Got our shelf mounted, got everything done. Boom, here's the final product. And it's so exciting to see everything come together. A lot of work on this one. They were great clients to work with, cool job. Hope you guys like it, enjoy the final shots. And as always, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please consider doing that. Liking the video, all those things help to get our content out to more people to see. And in general, just kind of make me feel better at night. Okay, anyway, thanks again. God bless you guys, and we'll see you for the next video.